Talk to me. Talk to me, come on. What's up? I am just a quick little review video. Last night my brother and I went and saw the new Talk to Me horror movie. I'm a big scary movie guy, and I saw the trailer for this a little while back. The first time I saw it actually was when I went to go with my girlfriend. I went and saw the new Evil Dead movie, which Evil Dead is my favorite horror movie franchise. I love those movies, but holy hell, this is the best horror movie of the year. This is probably the best horror movie I've seen in a while, and this is also the first scary movie that's really, it's disturbing, man. It got under my skin, and this is the first movie, because it takes a lot for horror movies to kind of get to me, but this is the first one in a while that actually kind of, both my brother and I are like, man, it kind of freaked us out a little bit. But anyway, got sidetracked, and I saw the trailer for Evil Dead, and I was like, yeah, I think it looks pretty good, interesting, I may go see it. And then I found out it was A24. I'm like, okay, I love A24's movies. I gotta go check it out. And then I found out I literally had no idea this was the case until like 3 days I saw the movie. I was like, what? So I had to see it opening night. But it was, the directors were RackaRacka. And I actually grew up watching RackaRacka all throughout middle school and high school, most of my childhood. And I mean, maybe I shouldn't have watched some of their content back then, but absolutely hilarious. I love their horror, their short movies, short films on YouTube. They've always kind of like inspired me, like, oh, that'd be something I'd love to do. And whatever, how they, just two normal YouTubers, how they did their practical effects and all their gruesome stuff, and the way they shot their stuff was always like, I always admired it, and they always made me laugh. I love their content, but I had no idea they were making this movie. And I found that out was their first directorial debut, and I was like, what? So I had to see it, and holy hell, for these two guys' first movie, this might be the most impressed I've been like for a horror movie in a long time, man. It's fantastic. I know I'm kind of going off the fan mode here, but really great. There's a lot of great scares in this movie. It gets under your skin. And what I loved about this movie, and I was telling my brother, was that I get tired of a lot of modern horror stuff because of like the cheap jump scares, right? And A24, you got directors like Edgar's, and I'm forgetting the guy's name, but the guy who did Hereditary, Midsummer, and I still have not yet seen Beau's Afraid. I need to see that. But those guys, that just, they have great craft, and they respect the genre, right? And so what I get frustrated with modern horror is when they rely on the cliches, the jump scares, all that kind of stuff. And to me, that's really lazy. But what you should do with horror, and like if I was ever to make a movie, that'd be the first franchise or genre I'd want to tackle in. But it's so impressive because they didn't rely on any jump scares. And I actually I don't think there was a jump scare in this movie. I mean, there was definitely like quick shots and like fast angles and moving, people moved fast in certain scenes and situations, but I wouldn't say that really qualifies as a jump scare. Not really like the build up beforehand. And there's some scenes where you're building up jump scare and it goes a completely different way than what you're expecting. You're like, what? Just really impressive. And what I think people should do with horror now, if you're going to genres, like the best horror movies now are the directors who come in and take maybe an old idea or a new idea, but do have a creative spin on certain horror tropes, right? They have horror tropes, but they do a creative spin and make it different and refreshing. Those are the memorable horror movies, right? That's what like Hereditary is memorable. The biggest one for me of recent memories is the Babadook. It's not like the current like Conjuring universe or Insidious universe where like, in my opinion, the only for good movies are those first ones. Those first ones are classic, but it's just a cliche horror movie franchise now. But this is something truly special. Go check it out. For me right now, man, I'm gonna give it an A-. Probably, I give this like a 4.4 out of 5. Man, fantastic. Loved it. It's one of my favorite movies of the year so far. My favorite scary movie of the year. Definitely go see it, and yeah, don't forget to get the bow.